Hey, good morning. Welcome back to Cold Waters. I'm Captain Numpty, or David Steele, and here's me boat. Let's take a quick look at what's going on here. Well, we're back in HMS Superb, and this is the third of my 84 campaign. We got rushed to, I'd say the North Sea. It's this bit of sea between sort of Norway to the east and Scotland on the west.
Con, dive at 4-5 feet, dive high.
Intel got word that the Russians were attempting some infrastructure attacks against, we believe, oil rigs. So we've rushed to the south here. Quite a noisy progress. We've left our normal patrol zone, and there's not much going on. So let's take a quick look through the periscope, I think. In fact, let's get all my sensors up.
Raise the radar mast.
Excuse me. Alright, well, there's something out there. It's got some radar, but yeah, I don't think 01 might be submerged, maybe. Let's take a look at these oil rigs. So yeah, let's take a look. You can see them from this location. We should be able to get something from them, I think. Yeah, there we go. There's one. Yep, that's an oil platform. And there's a total of 3 in there. And another one there. And which one's this one? Let's see. 326. No, so and then this one is 302. So that might be the furthest one, which is pretty chunky if it is. Yeah, there we go. Right, well, that is all very interesting, but that doesn't really help me sort of essentially deal with what's going on around me. I'm going to go ahead and pop
Lower
down
the radar mast.
my sensors because, well, that's interesting. Cycle through these in turn. Oh, there's a friendly trawler. Okay. I don't necessarily think it's a threat. It's probably civilian, but I don't know, it seems a little suspicious if you ask me. Okay, either way. I'm going to head into deeper water, I think, to my east and see if we can...
Come right to 090 Helm
maybe figure out what Sierra 1 is. So I'll go ahead and accelerate time. And we'll give it a few seconds. I might descend...
Con sonar lost contact. Master 5. Last bearing 038. Contact faded.
There's definitely something going on. If the Royal Air Force hasn't managed to intercept this bear, that's not good. That said, they almost certainly have their hands full. What depth have I got? Not much. There's a good chance I'm going to get
Con helm steady course.
attacked by this bear. Let's watch him for a second, see if we can see where he is. Let's go here. Oh yeah, I don't like this. He is visible. I imagine there he is, just in the background, in the distance. Okay. I need to be in deeper water, I think. I'm going to run up to 15 knots.
Make turns for 1. Con sonar, we are cavitating.
Because he's coming around at me. Yeah.
Con sonar lost contact. Master 6. Last bearing. Con maneuvering, making turns for. Con sonar, no longer cavitating.
I could do with not cavitating and not being around this guy. Of course, it destroys the immersion being able to see him, but we are able to hear him. Yeah, I need to go. I might run to flank. He drops. Yeah, he drops the sonar buoy. Okay, so he knows exactly where I am. Okay. Well, we're not quite caught with my pants down, but pretty much. So he's going to circle back and have another go at me. So let's get my depth to 300 feet. Possibly 250. Can do 20 knots, I think, at 250.
Make depth 250 feet, dive high.
And not cavitate. I'm going to cavitate right now anyway.
Make turns for 20 knots. Maneuvering I. Con maneuvering, making turns for 20 knots.
She's not cavitating, which is good. So we'll actually cancel that our depth change. Okay, dealing with an aircraft is bad news. They're very mobile. I mean, it goes without saying, but they're a lot faster than you, even the helos. And they don't have unlimited munitions, depending on what they carry. They've got a mix of depth charges and torpedoes. They're light torpedoes, so one may not sink me, but it might. But it will almost certainly ruin my day if it does get onto me. And there's not that good a countermeasure. Changing your depth and your heading is about all you can do. And of course, it's getting an idea where I am from the sonar buoy that's right to my 6 o'clock. I'm going to keep, but I really want to head east because there's deeper water out east, and deeper water means I can hide from this guy. Get below about
Passing
600 feet,
300 feet.
It makes a difference. His magnetic anomaly detector cannot detect you when you're that deep, generally speaking. So right now you have to jinx. You just have to keep random changing your heading and your depth to try and throw him off. And I don't really want to spoil it by watching him sort of circle around and come at me, because that's no fun. Well, it can be fun, but it kind of destroys the immersion. And yes, I'm very aware that there's going to be other contacts in the area. I can't fight everything at once. I can't defend everything at once. Although it's entirely possible that Sierra 1 is not a hostile contact. He might be something else. So I really couldn't say. I don't have that much information right now. I just know I got to be out of Dodge. Now, if they're going to attack these oil rigs, I would expect them to line up in deeper water and fire their cruise missiles over the horizon if they've got the range, which I would expect that they do. Switch back to this view, I think. I'll get an idea if he's dropping something on me.
Passing 300 feet.
For what it's worth, I'll accelerate time. This mission will be a long time if I don't. And I'll change course. Just keep changing my course, I think. Oh, come back again, which is nice. Okay. 600 foot beneath me, which is useful. So I don't really want to drop to ultra quiet mode if he's still patrolling around me, because if he does get a wind of my location, I've not got the maneuverability to get out of the way. That seems to have thrown him off. Okay. I want to get up to 100 foot.
Rig ship for ultra quiet.
And get above the layer.
Make depth 100 feet. Dive
I'm
high.
going to go ahead and head north.
Come left to 359 helm I.
So my towed array's got a reasonable chance of hearing anything out in the wild deep blue to my
Sonar,
east.
new contact
Oh,
bearing.
hello.
044. Designated Sierra 7.
Well, Sierra 7.
Sonar regained contact on Master 5. Bearing 032.
So
Sonar regained contact on Sierra 1. Bearing 070. Sonar lost contact. Sierra 7. Last bearing 044. Contact faded. Sonar regained contact on Master 2. Bearing 288.
I would say that Sierra 7 was a submerged contact.
Sonar regained contact on Sierra 7. Bearing 044.
Maybe not. What is that?
Sonar regained contact on Master 3. Bearing 292.
I don't know what that is.
Sonar regained contact on Master 5. Bearing 033.
Let's take a listen to it.
Sonar regained contact on Master 4. Bearing 304.
It's civilian of some.
Sonar regained contact on Master 6. Bearing 012. 1.
Or a warship. It's probably a trawler.
Con sonar, Sierra 7 is classified.
Con, dive at 100 feet, dive I.
So that's great that we detected what we think is a whiskey. It's old, but it's not always the loudest thing out there. It says it's semi-noisy, but they can be very sneaky.
Con, helm, steady course.
I'm going to drop below the layer. Is there something else out there? What's Sierra 8? Sierra 8 still? Yeah, we do. Okay.
Passing 200 feet.
I'm going to assume that this is another submerged contact, but I might be completely wrong. Let's listen to it. Yeah, it's like a hole in the water. That's another submerged contact. That's a Tango. Okay.
Con sonar, Sierra 8 is classified as submerged submarine.
So Tango, Spetsnaz operations, yeah. And then the whiskey is just like a bit of an also-ran at this point. Well, I'm saying that. It's not necessarily the case. What's the most classic submarine in the world? We built over 200 of them. There we go. It says it's semi-noisy, but the thing is, it's got old, weak torpedoes. It's got old sensors. But if I'm lined up against a whole bunch of them, they only need to get one torpedo through, and it's ruined my day. That's the bad news. Now the good news is, I've got plenty of torpedoes left. We've got 6 grogs. I've got a total of 22 tigerfish. Those tigerfish are going to make a mess out of those diesel-electric boats. I don't really feel like defending against both a bear and 2 diesel electrics, but I'd like to get an idea of where their location is without firing at them and seeing what fires back, because that is a way to tell where they are. They're both running a little deeper. Let me see. What are my acoustics on him? Nothing on passive. Wow, I only just got this Tango. He's very sneaky. He's very quiet. So he's probably some distance out. No, it might not be. Okay, let's accelerate time. I'm close to losing my
Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 8, last bearing 071. Contact faded.
my detection on the Tango, which I just did. Okay, I think what I'm going to try and do,
Come right to 103. Helm I.
I'm going to get a bit of distance on me. I'm going to, yeah.
Con sonar lost contact. Master 6, last bearing. Make turns for 20 knots. Maneuvering I.
Let's get down to 300 foot. Let's run to 20 knots.
300 feet, dive I.
I'm going to make some noise, and assuming that the bear doesn't relocate me. I really want to provoke these diesel electric boats
Making turns for 20 knots.
to giving away their location. Now, it shouldn't take too much provocation, but it might take a time in the real world. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause the recording. Not going to accelerate time.
Con, helm, steady course.
I'm going to do this the old-fashioned way and see if we can actually figure out where on earth they are. The risk is at 20 knots, I'm not going to be able to hear enough to know where they're firing from. But if I can get a location, I've got something that I can target. So I'll be back. Well, I don't really know what to make at this point. We traversed east at 20 knots for a long period of time, and we've just turned back on ourselves. We detected another whiskey, but they're all fleeing, it looks like. They've all decided that they've heard about me. Yeah, we're going to go somewhere else, and we just actively ping them, because they're in our territorial waters. Well, okay, they're not quite, but I mean, they're close enough that we really... yeah. So, I'm going to let the Royal Air Force deal with this.
Passing 300 feet.
I'm going to head up to periscope depth. I'm going to ping them again.
Con sonar switching to active search.
but they are out of here. I don't think that they're interested. They're interested in what I've got to sell. Let's just say. So we'll ping them a couple of
Con
times.
sonar, switching to passive search.
They're not interested in
Depth 4, 5 feet, dive by.
in fighting. So I'm going to head up to periscope depth. I'm going to get a message out to the Royal Air Force. I'd like them to send a couple of Phantoms to deal with this bear. That'd be very nice. The Sparrow up the exhaust
Con
port there.
sonar, lost contact. Sierra 9, last bearing 025. Contact faded.
Will go a long way. And I'm also going to say, I've got at least 3 sonar contacts heading northeast away from the mainland. So the hope here is that whatever they were trying to do, we've managed to disrupt them, and they haven't done it. Now, I won't know for sure, because it's possible that they were, I don't know, doing something they shouldn't have been against those oil rigs. So I guess we'll find out. But I think for now, we've really accomplished everything that we can. I'm not going to be able to catch these guys. So yeah, I think to do now is thanks very much for hanging out with me, and I'll see you the next time. Goodbye.